Okay, so last time we beat you last gym leader, and this time I said we're gonna do cleanup. So I guess we're gonna go do cleanup. The power plant is not in this direction. I don't know why I went this direction. Do I need surf or do I need cut? I need surf, right? And that's it? I don't need cut or anything? I don't remember how this shit works. So I wasn't supposed to be recording this. Um, because at the time of recording this, it is February 11th. And I have shit recorded until like end of March. But I want to record this specifically because I just completed my second playthrough of Pokemon Sword. And it's even worse the second time, and I just wanted an excuse to bitch about it. Because I know I'm gonna bitch about it in my ranking every game I beat in 2024 video. But I want to bitch about it while it's fresh in my goddamn mind. So yes, this video is gonna be me bitching for like an hour, or however long this video is. I'm sorry in advance, I guess? Can I go in this way? Yeah, it's another entrance. I don't remember if this is in the original or if this is just here, but yeah, this is gonna be a bitching video. I'll make sure you guys know it, in the sense that I'm gonna title the video probably Jira Bitches, or Jira Complaints for however many minutes. So I guess if you don't want to hear complaining about Pokemon Sword and Shield, this is your warning, I guess? I don't know. Where do I fucking start? Like, I hate this game so much. I don't want to... Okay, I'm gonna talk about... There are things that I liked, right? Even the worst games have good things. I think a lot of the new Pokemon are pretty cool. I like the idea of Gigantamaxing. There's some cool quality of life features. I like the idea of the Watts system, where like the points you can use to buy things that you can get in various ways, but it's like flawed from the get-go. I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I like. Not really. So I don't want to be. This game is hideous. Like, Pokemon Sword is ugly as shit to me. Like, it's so fucking ugly. I don't know. Like, I'm not a graphics fiend or whatever. Like, I play PS1 games all the time. I'm a lot of my favorite games are ugly as hell. But like, this game is hideous to me. Like, it's just unappealing. Like, all the textures are awful. The awful pop-in and draw distance are like infuriating. There's been multiple times where my mission or goal is to talk to somebody, right? And I can't find that person because you can't see them unless you're an inch in front of them because they pop in. Because of how bad the pop-in is. There's been multiple times where I'm in a wild area and like Pokemon just randomly pop up an inch in front of me. Like, it's that bad. And I just don't understand how it's this bad, because there's tons of smaller companies with smaller teams, a smaller budget, a more niche franchise. What does Grudge do again? I'm worried about the Grudge. I'm gonna tail glow. I'm worried about the Grudge. Isn't it that whatever move I kill it with loses all of its power points? Right? Is that what Grudge does? Let's figure it out. I don't know if it lasts a turn or not. If it just lasts one turn or if it's forever. Okay, it was just one turn. Yeah, there's games on the Switch from lesser teams in the same genre, from like smaller teams with smaller teams with like less dev time, less resources, less money, less everything. And like those games look great. Like, I think the Dragon Quest Monster, I don't remember what it's called. Dragon Quest here? No, I don't remember what it's called. The fucking Pokemon one that was like a 3DS game that got a port and a sequel on Switch. Those games look way better. And those are like upped 3D. The first one's an upped 3DS game, and the second one is like a spin-off of a fucking franchise. Not even like a mainline game. Like a mainline Pokemon game doesn't look as good as a Dragon Quest spin-off. And I just... Indie games look better than it. Like, I've seen plenty of indie games that just look better than it. And I think, like, the Pokemon just look so lifeless because of how bad the 3D models are. They're just flat textures on a fucking thing. Like, if a character... Like, it's just a flat texture for a mouth and eyes and shit. It looks bad. I wanted to start with the looks because it's obviously the least important thing. Or whatever. But, like, this game is hideous. I don't understand how this was a... Acid armor. No, right? No. I don't know how this got by. Like, it's just disgusting looking to me. And I know everyone makes fun of the stupid tree, but that's like the least of its worries. This looks like a... I don't know, like a PS2 era game, and I don't normally care about graphics, but this is like one of the biggest... It's the biggest media franchise of all time. I don't know how the fuck this was allowed. But like, even if you're like, I don't care about graphics. This game runs like shit too. For basic things, there's a town. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's the one with the ice. Oh. Shit. Oh yeah, those don't do anything. Well, now I gotta think, because I have to throw shit away, right? I have 4 rare candies. Okay, I got an idea. Oh, no. I'm just gonna get everybody to 54. And then I'll use one of these on one of the 54s to get it to 55. I'll go with ready. Superpower. Is that better than... Wait. Haha! There's no downside. That just... I realize now that that just freed up like 1 slot. It freed up 1 slot on my whole thing. Which means I'm gonna go over here and this item's gonna say your bag is full. Yep. Oh. It's a... Okay. But yeah, there's a town where like... There's a circular area in the center that has like a cart, like a few buildings, I think 2 buildings, and maybe an NPC or 2. And the game chugs, like it goes so low frame rate when you get anywhere near that area. And it doesn't make sense because it's just like a small section with like 2 NPCs and a cart or whatever. I don't understand how that happens. It just runs poorly, and again, I'm actually gonna explore the rest of the... Do I do like a super repel? I probably will. Whoops. Okay. There's no reason, again, like, Doom Eternal runs okay on the Switch, without much graphical issues. Like, multiple PS3 and PS4-ish games like run perfectly well on the Switch. Why doesn't a simple ass Pokemon game? And like, again, like, I'm trying to go in issues of like, because okay, it's an RPG. Who cares about some slight chugging? What did we get? We got a Power Gem, right? I don't remember what number that was. Of course, it was the last one. Maybe we'll consider it. Wait, what? I don't think that's the right description. Do these have... Okay, so what I'm thinking, it's for the new moves, right? No. I thought all the new moves would have a wrong description, but it's only... Weird. Like, okay, it's... Okay, let me think about this. I'm just gonna throw away this ice heal. Like, who cares? It's an ice heal. I didn't use another. Ah! Okay, yeah, like, I'm trying to go in order of, like, okay, the game is ugly. Like, it's hideous, it's lackluster looking, or whatever, but that's fine. Like, graphics aren't everything. Like, okay, that's understandable that you have that opinion. And then, okay, the game runs like shit. It's an RPG, who cares? It's not like a platformer or a hack and slash where you need pixel perfect, like, responses from everything. Where am I going? You don't need, like, pixel perfect responses from everything. That's fine. Am I an idiot? Wait, that's the entrance. I'm an idiot, I feel. How do I get back? Is it like... no? I feel like a dummy. But yeah, it's an RPG. Who cares if it looks awful, and it runs awful, and it feels awful? But, I'll talk about the next thing after I catch this Virizion, I guess. I have Pokeballs, right? That should be fine. I think I want a Hamtaro at front, right? Because it can Thunder Wave it. And Grass resists electricity, so I should be able to do a discharge or two. I really like Virizion. It's probably my favorite of the 3 Musketeer trio. I don't know. I just like the way it looks. I don't know. I like feminine things. But like, this is super effective. I don't know why I did this. This is probably gonna kill it. Oh, almost. That's kind of scary. Like, okay, the games run like shit. They look awful. The music's forgettable, but that's, like, not a big deal either. It's fine. My issue is, like, this is the most boring game I've ever played in my fucking life. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It is so boring. Every area is lifeless. It's, like, soulless. There's nothing there. It's just nothingness. I don't know. Like, every route is empty. I hate every route because it's just so boring and empty and there's nothing to anything. It's, like, infuriatingly so. Like, at least with Sun and Moon, which I feel similar about the routes, there's a reason for it. Like, they're going for an island theme, you know? So it makes sense. A lot of the routes look samey because there's a lot of beaches, there's a lot of sandy areas. That's fine. But the thing is, Sword and Shield doesn't have that. Sword and Shield is nothing. It's the most boring, basic-ass routes in existence. I'm gonna save state real quick. I'm gonna go until I'm out of Ultra Balls, and then I'm gonna reload the save state. Three, 2, 1. Okay. Let's load that state. But yeah, like, Sword and Shield is so boring and lifeless to me. It's so empty. There's nothing. It's like an ugly looking game that feels like it was made by a machine and not a human. Like, there's nothing to anything. It's just... the legendaries don't do anything. Like, there's so many issues and weird decisions. Like, so yeah, I'm just gonna think about it in order of things. Like, the routes are boring. They're all the same. Like, even the ones that aren't the same. Like, this is the most generic ice area I've ever seen in my life. This is the most generic grass area I've ever seen in my life. There's nothing here. It doesn't have anything to it. It's just an empty, lifeless thing. And then, like, it has weird balancing. Like, they're going to introduce a feature. So Pokemon Camp is a neat idea. It's a cute little thing where you get to play with your Pokemon. It would be fine if it increased their happiness, maybe made them more efficient. Like, you could send them to find items or something, like in Palego? I don't remember how to pronounce it. But no, all it does, it gets you experience points, and it basically makes the game easier by giving you random protection from shit. Where, like, randomly your Pokemon would be like, oh, it survived a hit, and it's like, okay, I guess. Is there anything else I want to show off? So Pokemon Camp is worthless. We're gonna go to Viridian City. I'll fight the rival. I was gonna say I'll fight the rival and then we'll end things. We're only 15 minutes in. Yeah, like... the camp doesn't do any... It does too much, is I guess my issue. Like, you do it a few times, and the game instantly becomes easy, because half the time your Pokemon are just like, oh, it just dodged the attack for you. And it's like, that doesn't... You could have made it so they're more efficient at finding items, or that, like, you get items for it, I guess, but not experience points and protection from shit. I think Hamtar goes first, right? Because I think the rival uses the bird at the start. And then, like, there's a bunch of minor things that I hate. There's an option in the menu to skip cutscenes, which is cool because I usually skip. I don't care about the story in this fucking game, so I usually skip cutscenes. But there are no cutscenes. Like, it doesn't. It skips like 2 movies in the entire game, I'm pretty sure. Maybe 3. Like, why have it as an option in the menu when it only skips 2 things? It doesn't make any fucking sense. And then, like, there's shit like, the shit that doesn't matter. Music being hit, like, turning the sound and sound effects off or on is locked behind a missable key item, and I don't know why it's like that. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, I don't know, man. It's just, there's many things like that, and then there's shit like the Dynamax raids are awful. Like, okay, first off, you need Nintendo Switch Online to do it, which is kind of annoying, but if you don't, you can still do it. You just get idiots on your team. You get things like someone sending out a Wobbuffet against it that just does Safeguard over and over again and doesn't do anything else. What was he about to send out? I think Solosis has the most variety, so I don't, in his moveset, I don't know what he was about to send out. A Simitage, okay. The Sector Beam's good enough. Like, it doesn't make, I don't know. There's just a lot of shit I hate about this fucking game. The Sword and Shield, like, Dynamaxing is pointless anyway. It's just, oh, you're powerful for a few turns. It's the same thing as Megas, but lamer. It's just a lamer version of Megas. Oh shit. Oh shit, these guys are almost 60. I might need to train off screen after this. Like, Dynamax is the most boring and useless thing. It doesn't do anything. It's Megas but worse and lamer, and they don't matter anyway because half the game is so fucking easy that half the time the opponent Dynamaxes and then I hit them with a non-Dynamaxed move and it kills them in 1 hit, and I'm still faster than them. It doesn't do anything. I hate it. I hate so much shit about this game, but the main thing is that it's boring as hell. It's a lifeless, soulless nothing. There's nothing to it. You cannot convince me any thought was put into any part of this game at all. Like, it's so it seems like a generic, boring-ass Pokemon game. To the point where, like, I don't know, man. Like, this feels like it's our first console game. We need to put less effort in because we're using this to fucking, I don't know. I don't even want to get into the fucking Dexit situation where they just scrap half the Pokemon from the game. Like, I don't want to get into that because that's not about the game itself. Like, if you weren't around, you're not going to notice it. It's just, but that was also a shitty thing. But again, that's not the game itself. That's just shit around it. the main thing is it's boring. Like, the entire time I'm playing it, I'm empty. I'm just sitting there without any thoughts in my head, just, yep, I'm playing. It's just lame. And then there's, like, the gym puzzles kind of suck. Like, I'm even trying to remember most of them, because most of them are forgettable. Like, the first one is corralling Wooloo into little holes, which is, it's a fine one, I guess. Like, I'm trying to remember the others. Like, there's some that pop out, like the water gym, where it's just Blaine's gym from Diamond Pearl Platinum. It's just that again. It's the same exact gym where you turn off and on water spouts and that block paths. It's just a reused thing. And then, like, the rock gym is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Okay, so you have a metal detector that detects holes in front of you, right? There's hidden holes in a desert, like a sandy square, and you have to get to the end without falling in a hole using the sensor. It's a cool idea. It's a neat way to make Joy-Cons usable. But if you fall in a hole, nothing happens. You spawn back at the fucking last piece of land that you were at that wasn't the sand. And that's it. You just spawn back to the last thing. It's probably right next to the hole. You didn't lose anything. You could have made it so, and then when you fall down the hole stays visible on every attempt after that. There's a million ways to make this puzzle neat. Do the same thing, but if you fall in the hole, you have to fight trainers. If you fall in the hole, you go back to the start of the sandy area, and then the holes turn invisible again, so you have to remember it. You fall in the hole, it randomizes the holes. So it does. So it's different every time. So you can't just brute force it, but you can brute force it here. And then there's shit like the dark gym, where it's the puzzle is just fight some trainers, and then right after that you get the dragon gym, where it's just you fight a bunch of trainers, and then after, like, I think 2 or 3 of these are just fight some trainers. I hate it. I'm not gonna act like the gym puzzles in previous games were masterpieces, but these are almost good puzzles sometimes, and there's not that many like gym puzzles in these games that are just fight 2 or 3 trainers. It's lame as hell. And then, like, the legendaries, the box legendaries don't do anything. They're not important. They just show up at the end. The evil villain, Rose or whatever, Rose, he doesn't do anything. He just appears at the end. Like, he appears throughout the game, but just randomly at the end, it's like, by the way, I'm the villain. And it feels like they got to the end of the game, realized they did nothing with the legendaries at this point, realized that, and said, fuck, we gotta throw some shit in. It's just annoying to me that it doesn't. The legendaries don't matter. They don't do anything. They're not. God. And then, like, the wild areas are all awful. They're just empty with nothing in them. Like, there's nothing to do in them. The pop-in in the wild areas are awful. It feels like they wanted to do an open world thing, but they backed out at the last minute. And I'm thankful for that, because I hate open world shit. But you can't do a middle ground. You either do it or you don't. Like, the wild areas feel like they're trying to do a fucking, like, an open world thing, but they can't. It's just so lame and empty and boring. That's, like, the worst thing you can do with an open world section, is make it empty and boring. Like, you need to make it fun to explore. They could have done some things with it. I don't know, but it's just so bad. I'm trying to think of anything good. Like, the music is mostly forgettable outside of a few tracks, and it's not that good. The graphics are awful. The story is awful. The new Pokemon are okay. Like, some of the quality of life features are welcome and appreciated. There's not much else good. Like, I can't think of anything. Pokemon Sword and Shield are my least favorite games of all time. Like, there are worse games, right? Like, obviously, there are worse games. I don't think I dislike a game more than this. Like, I'm 99% sure that I don't think I hate any game as much as I hate this one. Like, I don't know. I tried my best because I beat it the first time and I hated it so much. Oh, they actually do have different forms. That's night. That's night. That's night. That's nice. I tried to say nice and neat at the same time. I beat the game once and I hated it. And when I told people that I hated it, they said I was like not crazy, but like it's not that bad. And then my partner beat it, and they're like, this is legitimately one of the worst things I've ever played in my life. And I'm like, okay, at least someone agrees with me. And then like people told me you need to give it a second chance, and so I did, and I hated it more the second time. Hated it more the second time. Like I didn't think it was possible for me to hate it more than I already did. No. I don't have a special attacker in Draco Meteor Special. I have a special attacker, just not when they can learn it. I don't even know if this matters, but in case you might care, my team was Rillaboom, Skuntank. I already forgot because it's already left from my mind. Rillaboom, Skuntank, Runerigus, Colossal, Noivern, and the Ice Electric Fossil I already forgot the name of. It's so nothing. Okay, Victory Road's weird. I kind of want to stop here. I feel like I should stop here, because Victory Road should probably be its own video. Then again, Victory Road's really short in this game. I'll stop here. I'll stop here. Just a short one, so I could bitch about Sword and Shield, because I needed to get this out of my system. Because I fucking hate this game. I hate it so much, guys. Like, I am not touching this game again. Sword and Shield, not Kanto Black. I need to specify. I'm not touching Kanto Black. I'm flustered. I'm not touching Sword and Shield ever again. Until I Let's Play it, maybe. I could see myself Let's Playing it one day. But, like, I don't know. I'll go into more detail if I Let's Play it, I guess. So, see you guys next time.